They're tracking the tropics, and we don't have a whole lot of lead time with this one, folks. Tropical Storm Ida still at the moment rather unorganized. Just looking at the reconnaissance data from the hurricane hunters, yeah, they're able to find that closed circulation, and yes, they finally found winds supportive of 40-mile-an-hour winds to make it a tropical storm. But that is very loose. It is not a well-defined center. And in fact, even the Hurricane Center is saying it's more of kind of an elongated trough. In other words, it doesn't yet really have that well-defined closed circulation. It almost just meets the definition of being a tropical storm. With that said, and it's still being fairly weak and unorganized, the computer model still can change depending upon exactly what happens in the future. Because right now the forecast is calling for, the forecast is based on the center of the storm being right here. But there are actually other circulations, and it's very possible, usually with these kind of weakly organized systems, that a new center tries to form. You see more thunderstorms off to the northeast, a bit more activity up to the north, closer to Cuba, not really at that center. So it is still possible that we could see a new center develop. However, with that said, you kind of have to make your decisions based on what we know at the moment. And what we know at the moment is that once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it's almost a perfect environment for this to really explode in strength. Not that it will, but that possibility is definitely there. So Category 2, very likely. Stronger, very possible as well. And we are looking at a landfall probably sometime Saturday afternoon. The models are in good agreement, but if you were with us last night at 5 and 6, the models were also in good agreement. In Texas, then at 10 o'clock, they shifted over southeast Louisiana, and they've been hanging on southeast Louisiana as a landfall really since last night. Here's what's going on at the moment. You actually have what is helping our rain chances today and tomorrow is this broad upper trough that actually digs down into the Caribbean. That is creating the wind shear just to the west of Ida. That's going to hold true till tomorrow. Then that starts to weaken, and then the shear almost disappears once the storm gets into the Gulf of Mexico. And with that lack of wind shear is one of the reasons why we could see this explode in strength. The other reason is that the storm is going to be passing over very warm, deep water. This is the loop current that has been in history, or has a trend of kind of allowing storms to explode. That's what happened with Katrina, but it did not happen with Gustav. Not all storms that pass over the loop current explode in strength. As a matter of fact, we saw Grace pass over very deep warm water to the east of the Yucatan, and nothing happened. So just because the ingredients are there doesn't mean it will happen. Steering currents all depend on this east coast ridge of high pressure. Now the models are kind of tending to take the high a little bit more inland, which is why the storm is trending more towards southeast Louisiana. If that high were to be more positioned off the east coast or even farther offshore, it might allow the storm to turn even more to the east and stay away from southeast Louisiana. That is still very much a possibility. Big question is going to be, where is the position of that high once we get into the weekend? If it's a little more inland, it does tend to take that storm more over southeast Louisiana. When can we start to feel the strong winds? Likely by Saturday night, winds will be increasing, and then during the day on Sunday going into Monday, it is not going to be the day to do anything outdoor. So your prep time is really today, the rest of the evening, tomorrow, and then for much of the day Saturday before things kind of go downhill rather quickly. Big surge of moisture is also going to be coming up from this tropical system. How much rainfall? Still almost a bit of an unknown. What the models are indicating right now is kind of a range of 7 to 10 inches. This should be a fairly fast-moving storm to where hopefully we don't see that rain just sitting over us. Then it would cause some significant flooding issues. The models at the moment, and really have been, in fairly good agreement. I do want to show you get to our what we know, or what you need to know, the potential impacts. I'm saying as early as Sunday. Really need to change that to almost late Saturday. Rapid intensification is possible. The environment over the Gulf very favorable, and the forecast, though, as I said, is not written in stone. We've had some scattered showers around today. We'll see more during the day Friday. A bit drier on Saturday than the tropical or hurricane force conditions, I really should say, Sunday and Monday, but improving conditions from Tuesday through next week.
All right. Chris, the powers that be are telling me that you may have said Saturday landfall. We're looking at Sunday landfall.
I apologize if I did say that. We're looking at a Sunday afternoon. I should have said Saturday. You still have some lead time to get things ready and prepared. And yes, we are looking at a Sunday afternoon landfall.
Okay, just to clarify. Thank you, Chris.